Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dissidia NT EU League. My name is Bowie the Hero. I'm going to be your commentator for the evening. This is a kind of a first for the EU scene of Dissidia Final Fantasy NT, where basically a group of us have got together to create a kind of premier league of all of our best players for you guys to see. Today is the inaugural week. The very first set of matches are going to be played today. We have a wonderful helping of games immediately coming up for you. We have the very well-known team of Celestial Spheres, who are also called Geostigma, with such names as Mugshotter, LXD, and Nero MD. And they're going to be going up against Darth Scrubs first. Afterwards, we're going to be having the Dreadwings versus the Z Fighters. And then later on, we're going to have Royal Knights versus the Darth Scrubs again. And then NGI versus Astral Thorns. Joining me here and there for commentary as well will be Ray O'Connor, who is from NGI. And my name is Bowie from the Astral Thorns. So we're going to have a little bit of a rivalry later on. But hopefully today it's going to be a good showcase. It's going to be good. We're going to have hopefully a really good showcase of all the good games and players available here in the EU scene. So hopefully you guys enjoy. And Ray and I are going to obviously get our players into the lobby, and we'll get this first game underway. The way it's going to be working is it's not going to be best of 5, but we're going to play 5 full matches. If that's 3-2, 4-1, 5-0, it's going to be whatever it is. Every single game counts as a point towards their overall score in the leagues. Every other week, these games will be played, and we're going to be playing 2 rounds per week for each team. So there is a secondary lobby available at twitch.tv/NevFX if you want to watch lobby 2. But we're going to be catching all of the main stuff here on lobby 1. Obviously here at the Dissidia FFNT EU League. But yeah, so hopefully you guys are looking forward to it. So let's get our first game underway.
A good example of a way to look at the way this league is going to be formatted is that imagine the Overwatch League in sort of a similar format, but instead of playing 4 games, it's 5 games.
Yeah. And a nice way to at least give our players, I mean, because when it comes to the like 4 games total, it can be the draws, and whilst draws are an interesting part of this, we do want to kind of like give the players the opportunity to win in that kind of last important heat. So it should be a good one. As I said, we've got Celestial Spheres versus Darth Scrubs up first, I believe. So whilst we're sorting that out in terms of getting them into the lobby, one kind of caveat of the EU League is that we wanted our players and our team to really look into the idea of kind of like a customization and tactics throughout a full set. So we are allowing substitutes between games. So only one person can substitute, I believe, in and out, rather than having an entire team swap. But most teams have between 4 and 5 players, and then obviously one will come in and out if they want to make that switch, or if they feel they want to push on. Not everyone will switch, but that is an ability. You might see that happening, just in case you guys weren't aware. So on the team Celestial Spheres, we of course have Nero MD, Mugshotter, LXD92. We have Dana D, Cherub Anima, and Siren Windsor. And obviously their team that they're going up against in Darth Scrubs has Snow, Release of the ID or Release of the ID, Nelspike, Zugetsu, Barn, and Amber Fireheart. These are players from all over Europe, and of course all over the UK as well. I say that because the UK is made up of 4 places. So yeah, 4 places. So we're seeing our first players get in. So we've got from Celestial Spheres, we've got Siren, who's going in. The PSN names might be different to player names. Siren, Cherub, and I think it's playing Mugshotter. There he is, yeah. And then on Darth Scrubs, we've got, well, it says it's Mass Exodus. That's probably someone else. A different name than what we've got down here.
Yeah, we should be ready. I've just told him to get ready to go. So Siren is.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just double checking to make sure everyone's on the right team. And we've got the right teams together.
They are indeed, yeah. They are indeed. So we've got Siren, Cherub, and Mugshotter from Celestial Sphere / Geostigma, and below Nelspike, Amber, and Exodus from Darth Scrubs.
Okay. The unfortunate thing is about Dissidia, a small caveat of the game, is that until they've officially loaded into the match, I can't actually decide which side is on which part.
Do not worry, I trust you wholeheartedly. Right, get that sorted, do not worry, sir. So our players are ready, and we're counting down to our first game here at the Dissidia NT EU League. Guys, this is it. This has been a long time coming, so thanks to everyone who has been obviously putting this together to obviously get this league underway. It's been a a lot of work, but here we are.
This has been an accumulation of a large community of players in Europe, especially when the scene is not as big as the US. And I know the US have got the Master Series and stuff like that, so to have an online league event is really, 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 really good to have. So
I think what's also nice as well about that, as you say, is the US do have their scenes and they're very, very visible, that we can kind of look to those for either inspiration for our own, rather than try and create similar events, kind of use that as inspiration to find what works for us, because we're a very different community. Mainly because of the huge language barrier we have, and we have different cultures, so the way we play and the way we engage in it is very different. And I've always enjoyed that about European scenes, personally.
I definitely agree. I think that much as well. And the thing is that a lot of people outside of Europe think Europe is just one big country, but really when you have so many different cultures and stuff crossing into it, it makes it quite difficult to be able to connect with other people and stuff like that. And the thing is, competitive games does that, and I think it's really good for the city, especially it being a team game, and there's a lot of teams that have got people from various countries too.
Yeah. I mean, for example, just Celestial Spheres here. They have I think 4 or 5 different countries: Sweden, Finland, Belgium, Germany, Spain. 5, in fact. So it should be hopefully a good game. On the blue team, well, I'm seeing it as the blue team on the bottom. We've got Celestial Spheres, and up top in the red, well, what I'm seeing here again is Darth.
Yeah, it matches my screen too. Don't worry.
Yeah, the spectrum will always show blue for the teams you're looking at. But here we go. We've got Sephiroth, we've got Jekt, and we've got Ultimisia from the side of Celestial Spheres. Mugshotter with his titular. Jekt, he's very, very well known for.
It's very interesting. I'm paying attention to Amber's Terra at the moment, and she's gone for a very long range game. Keeping the zoning out, stopping them from sort of overrunning her team for a bit.
Yeah, indeed. What I really, really like as well from the Celestial Spheres is just their ability to cover each other. Mugshot is a very, very dangerous player. He's always kind of being this presence. He's not always going in for the kill, but you can see him switching his targets, moving in, and then kind of spacing away, just trying to keep his opponents on their toes at all times. Because awareness is so important, and you can see, rather than being this massive cavalcade of hits, there is this kind of weird neutral game where players space out, just try and tease one hit or two. There has been the odd HP attack landing from Celestial Spheres. They've almost got one incapacitation on the enemy Tidus.
Yeah, the thing is that Tidus is in a bit of trouble here, because he's not only got low life, he's also everyone's in kill range, so he's got to be very careful.
And you can see obviously those lines coming onto him. He does manage to get in with a nice hit, spaces away, and here comes a spiral cut, but no, gets caught out by Mugshotter, who just lands. And now again, the Celestial Spheres, they know they've got the killing HP or bravery on Exodus, but they are not always targeting him. They want him to feel safe or him to feel a little bit plain. Yes, what have I missed?
What that was? Oh, Jets nailed a big one, triumphant gas down, and an incapacitation as well.
Yeah, very nice hit there coming out from Ultimisia onto Tidus. Tidus is now down. That is, I believe, Amber Fireheart, I think, down. Let me have a quick look. It was Exodus. Sorry.
Yeah, the thing is that Ultimisia is really, really controlling this game, and they're really struggling to get in. Oh, damn.
Another big hit there as well from Mugshot. He gets the incapacitation on Ramza, and they go for the summon immediately. Very, very nice capitalization on that hit.
Alright, Bowie, why don't you talk us through what Shiva does for this game and what buffs she brings to each team?
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, the main thing obviously is that when you just have her picked as your kind of passive summon, she very, very nice spiral cut there from Exodus. She gives you increased bravery to begin with, but there is the KO from Seiren on to Amber's Terra, as you just said, using Shiva to really finish up there. So yeah, it's the increased bravery we saw, but then she leaves these kind of ice things on the floor that can catch people out. Very good way to capitalize from getting put out on the floor and get that HP attack. Very clean stuff from Celestial Spheres. Seiren being the main kind of aggressor in that one, I'm really, really pushing forward. Getting that first place points prize there as well. You can see Cherub playing a little bit more of that supportive game, and Mugshot are kind of in the middle, pushing forward here and there and trying to find those hits. A good first game from Celestial Sphere, 1-0 to them.
Well, now, see, this is the thing. this is going to be big. So what do you think they might do to change their strategy going into the next game?
Darth Scrubs.
Yes.
Yeah, one thing I kind of felt they were doing is like, I mean, as I say, Mugshotter is a very, very competent assassin. You know, and these kind of comps are important. One thing I've kind of like just discussed with my team is that having a marksman is less important than being able to deal with a marksman. So whilst you do have Mugshotter, this kind of consistent mid-range fear, always kind of being a presence here and there, you do have Cherub at the back. You know, consistently pressurizing with this Ultimisia. They've got to find a way to Ultimisia from into interrupting their flow consistently. That's kind of the job of the marksman, consistent.
Yeah, I definitely realised that, and the thing is, Ultimisia was dictating that match quite a bit from the back lines. And if it wasn't for her, they wouldn't have been able to settle up a lot of those HP attacks to actually end the match too.
Yeah, for sure. What I'm gonna personally be looking at, just so for you guys watching at home, Ray and I'm currently in Germany, by the way, on quote unquote holiday. But we're on the spectator, so we're going to be trying to help each other through the spectator. Amberfire switching from the Terror over to the Ace, a very, very good pick. Ace is an extremely strong character in, let's say, the current, again, quote unquote.
There's been a shift of summons too.
Yeah, we've got, I think, Ifrit coming out from Celestial Spheres. Very good about attacking onto the shields, being able to break those shields quickly, and when you summon him, increasing the damage you do with your bravery attack. So we're on Pandemonium, very, very big stage, a nice sense of verticality, and I wonder how our teams are going to utilize that. I'm curious to see how Amberfire Heart is going to adjust with this Ace. Ace is a very, very strong marksman, very powerful, very quick startup as well, and very good, let's say, priority on all of their moves. Just using these beams to push back at everyone. Good stuff so far, but does get broken from the side. Attack. Seiren pressurizing Amber right now. Amber hasn't got any support from their teammate. Does get the ball onto Seiren, who pushes away now.
The thing is that they've Celestial has actually managed to nail the first hit, with Mugshot actually nailing with Triumphant Darth again. And as you were saying before, he's just so strong and able to control and nail HP attacks at a moment's notice.
There's Casto from Exodus though, charging up that cross slash and landing on Seiren as he tries to escape from that corner. Nice hit. Mugshotter does have Killing Bravery though on this Cloud, drops in but does not get the hit. Does take out someone else though. That hit connected and took out, I believe it was Nailspike. Yeah, Nailspike going down.
I was just happened to be watching it at the time, and it was a very, very clean hit.
Oh wow, and there was so much bravery on that Ultimisia, and they didn't get any way that they couldn't find any way to get back at it. Exodus in trouble, in the corner by himself, as Seiren is pushing down. Killing Bravery as he's got very, very low HP. Does get a little bit of it back. Here comes a big hit. That is going to be it again. Very clean work once more from Celestial Sphere. You know, just completely dominating and just combining their attacks so well.
That was considerably free.
they a little bit more light, I think. Go ahead.
I think what they need to do, I think they just need to compress a bit more. They spend a lot of their time spread out, and they need to actually just be able to recognize when one of them are being pressured. Because I noticed that every time one of them got incapacitated, they were on their own, and none of their teammates were able to actually get in there and actually stop them from receiving hits, basically. So I think they need to just compress a bit more, play a bit tighter, so a bit more Italian football-ish style. So
yeah, indeed. I kind of felt as well, like, I mean, you can see that Cherub and Seiren are kind of swapped their places. You know, points are only so much of a denominator of how well you do, it must be said. But they've already started. I can't get into view. I'm back in the lobby right now. Has the game started again, or have I missed it?
I don't know.
Okay, it's cool. We'll just wait for them to all finish up, I guess. That gives us time to go over it, I guess.
Yeah.
So, kind of what I saw from Celestial Sphere is that they have, obviously there's only 3 of them, so they're going to be in some form of triangular shape. But you'd think that being kind of like a tighter, kind of community in the center of all of this fighting would be quite bad. But they had all of their opponents pushed out to all other directions. So it was very, very good of them to kind of, when they got into their position to keep all of their opponents out, so they could never regain. As you were saying, they collapsed a lot better when they kind of got those opportunities.
Yeah, and the thing is that they were being picked off by very odd attacks here and there, and they lost their stock really early, which
They did, yeah.
which made it difficult because they find it. Oh wait, did they just jump straight into the next game?
Yeah, I think they have. We've been out to the lobby.
Yeah, they must have went straight back in. So they didn't even wait for they didn't even wait for everyone to come back out. Oh, so oh jeez. So yeah, so actually this gives us time to go over what we just as you said, what we just saw. And
are they going to? I assume they're going to drop out of the game.
I don't know. Let me double check. Let me go into director mode and find out.
No worries, cool. That's fine. Whilst Ray is doing that, would have clarify on a couple of things. Apparently, Ray and I both got kicked out of the spectate mode there, so whatever happened there. But yeah, so I think Darth Scrubs did have a little bit of a stronger start here and there. Obviously, they were getting caught out, but they need to kind of be a little bit more patient in that early neutral, because rushing in can sometimes get you kind of caught out. Sure, barreling in can be can sometimes keep your opponent on the back foot, but one slight error and that'll just snowball as quickly as possible, especially against players of their caliber.
As far as I'm aware, I've just put myself back on active live, but as far as I'm aware, I think they've gone straight back into the next game. So what has happened is that they've exited so fast and jumped straight back in. It hasn't actually given us time to actually resub a spectator.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah, so basically we just have to wait for the next match to finish. I'm sorry for everyone watching, but
that's all right. These are the small technical hitches that we can't really find out about until we go live. So, I mean, what we can at least say is we can see the timer counting down, so we at least know who's winning and who has won the game when it comes to the end of it. Ideally, we want to see what's going on, but as I say, technical hitches here and there will happen. It is our first stream of this, so obviously, as the league goes on, we intend to clean up all the small things. There are some other things, like, again, I'm in Germany, not in London, so I can't help Ray out a little bit cleaner.
Unfortunately, I'm at work while I shouldn't be, so yeah. Things are happening all over the place, and the thing is, it's what it is. But it's an online competition. We're able to bring you the action, so it's all good. So I'm happy about that. Just on its own, so we're okay.
The thing is, we will obviously, if it does end up 3-0 after this game, that's not the end of the match. We are going to get all 5 games played to see as many points as we can get. So do not worry, boys and girls. Do not worry.
Yeah, as I said before, if anyone has watched the Overwatch League, it's a very good example of how the league format will be running. There's just, for example, there's no Pacific and Atlanta system that they have in Overwatch League. It's just one straight round robin.
Enjoy that music whilst you can, though. So it still looks like it's going. It seems like, from what we're seeing, is that there hasn't been an immediate crush of the opponent from one team from the other. There goes a second stock, though. However, but it does seem like Darth Scrubs are hanging in there a little bit more in this third match, should I say? Yeah, which is hopefully going to be interesting as we go on. How much adaptation can the Darth Scrubs do as we push further forward?
I think we'll see a lot of changes amongst the teams. We've already saw, even in the second game, we saw a choice selection to Clouds. We saw a change of summon. We saw a change of playstyle in one of the teams. So I think this league opens it up to be a little bit more strategic and think of the long term rather than the short term.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. I believe that game is down as Celestial Spheres take it another 3 stocks, or 3 stocks to nil. Nice clean game from them there.
Yep, I can confirm that it is 3-0. I've actually got my eye on the second lobby, actually, because my team is playing on the second set of screens. So I'm not too sure of the scores over there, but I'm sure I'll be told in a bit.
Indeed. Yeah, currently 3-0 to. I Okay, I managed to spectate. Get in there quickly. Hooray. Are they all laughing at me on holiday?
Right, we're all ready to go for this next match now. And this will be game 3 of 5. It'll be interesting to see what we get. Alright, now this will be game 3. I think what the important part is I want to see if there's been a change of strategy. We haven't seen a swap of players as of yet, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. It'll be a very, very, very interesting run to see them pull a game back, because one game could tell the difference between the whole league at the end. Alright, we have Celestial Fears on the blue. And it seems that we've got a Y'shtola on the Darth Scrub side. Mass Exodus has decided to swap it around. Probably for the he feels that it's a better matchup. He seems to be a lot more comfortable in controlling space too. But unfortunately he's already eaten a HP attack, so they've isolated him as a potential character to completely disrupt the other team. And they've capitalized and managed to take him out because of that. Unfortunate. But Darth Scrubs are already on the back foot. Currently on Doom status, this is not good. They need to protect his teammate. That's unlucky. And one Heartless Angel seals it. Game 4 goes to Celestial Spheres. Unlucky for Darth Scrubs. They tried to. I can really notice that they're really trying to change it up, and it's not really working for this team.
Chris, I'm going to choose based on how ham you're going to go. So, tell me which character you're going to use, and then we'll just.
This is going to be our last game for this first set of 5. It's been a very, 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 very super competitive set. But Celestial Fears are currently taking the first game 4-0. So currently they've won the match set. However, we play for 5 games for map differential, and your map differential will decide on how far on your rankings if you are on the same amount of points as another team. So there is always a game to play for, because you don't know, it could be the difference between getting first to second or second to third, who knows. We also, my commentator teammate Bo has unfortunately disconnected, so he'll be back as soon as possible. Oh, we have a triple. We have a triple Noctis team. They are going all in. They are going all in, and they do not care. Triple Noctis team. This should be very interesting. Unfortunately, one of them's already been inflicted with Doom status. Is this a kill? Yes, it is, unfortunately. A very clean incapacitation. Man. They have decided that they were not interested in playing this conventionally. Is this it? No, it's close though. It's very close. One more mistake could be the end of the game. And there we go, Celestial Spheres take that 5-0. Right, that has actually been our first game. As you can see by the scores, it has been 5-0 to Celestial Spheres, formerly known as Geo Sigma. Taking it convincingly. It's still the first game, so it will be... But I am happy to see in the very, very, very first match that we got a triple Noctis team. And that was the most fascinating thing to watch. It was excellent.
I'm gonna actually quit my game.
Right, that was great. So we'll be taking a small break before match 2. So we will see you in a second. Alright, welcome back everyone. We are going to be moving to our next match. We will be doing, on Team A, it will be, let me just get my brackets list back up again. It will be Dreadwings versus Z Fighters. So this will be our second game of the series. And they both teams went a little bit early, but that was just due to miscommunication. So we'll be starting from the beginning. So as a reminder to everybody, this is not a first of 5. All 5 games get played. So this is similar to the Overwatch League, where all of the matches get played regardless of the score, and your map differential will tell the difference between if teams are on the same points in the league. So I'm just letting the guys in the Discord know that we are all ready to go.
Alright, this time I'm going to go back a little bit as well, so if you need help, just give me a shout. Yeah, same.
So we have Z Fighters are on Team A. Shout out to everyone that are watching tonight. It is a very, very, very amazing evening in London today. While people are here playing Dissidia at our local EXP Leisure Arena, where I'm currently streaming from. Hence why you can hear probably a bit of background noise behind me. But I hope you guys enjoy the matches. Bowie should be jumping back as soon as he can. So Dreadwings will be on our right and Z Fighters will be on our left. Right now, it's going to be a very important match to see who could be able to contain the other team quickest. It seems that Dreadwings have got a lot more of the balance, use a very traditional assassin, vanguard and marksman setup, which means that they'll be fairly balanced, and they've got Y'shtola for support. So while she's not the strongest when it comes to dealing damage, she's very good at keeping her party members alive, which is a very exclusive ability amongst the cast that not many people have access to. And Garland can be quite the roughhouser if he chooses to. Oh, the red spiral connects, but it trades unfortunately. Z Fighters are on the ropes a little. They've got most of their life on half health. They do have a Vaughn and a Warrior of Light, so while Vaughn is a specialist, he has loads of different tools which makes him compensate, and he nails a kill! Nice! And he gets the second one. He managed to get an anti-S red spiral, which is so important. Oh, it's all happening. How? It is all happening here. Dreadwings gets their summon off. And what Shiva does is Shiva allows you to regenerate bravery a lot faster after you deal damage, or if you're broken, which means that you could get multiple hits in quite quickly. with the added special effect of if you are frozen, you are susceptible for taking extra damage too, because it does combo and you are not able to tech out of the ice when frozen. But it's currently one apiece here, with Z Fighters hanging on to 2 of their characters on life support while fighting against the summon. So they've done pretty well. Ooh, unlucky. Warrior of Light has gone down. Probably got caught between the ice attack and the rest of the Dreadwings, but he decides to revive basically on the spot, just to try and get back in the action as fast as possible. Is that going to connect? It doesn't. HP attack whiffs again. He's going to try and looks like he's going to go in for the kill. He wants this stock, and he might be overextending a little because he's being pressured. Gets nailed by the Earthquake. So much action going on. Z Fighters have got to be careful. Oh, nice anti-air there. That was so important. If that connected, that might have been the end of the game possibly. Well, yeah, Z Fighters are on the edge here. They've got 1 stock left, 2 on life support. Don't really have much where they can do. They don't really have much leeway to get on with it. He goes for the Earthquake again. It also whiffs. But Z Fighters have finally got their summon off, which means that Shiva will be out for space control and should be out for a lot of it. Warrior of Light activates perfect defense. Is he going to do provoke with this as well? There's a chain effect. He doesn't seem to be in range. Mighty Strikes to increase his attack power, however.
Am I back?
Oh, Bowie's back, right in the nick of time.
Dude, you have no idea. Oh my god.
Well, we were just in the middle of Z Fighters versus Dreadwings, the first game. You joined us right in the middle of it.
Okay, so what did I miss in terms of the first game? Was it a 5-0, 4-1?
It was a 5-0.
5-0, good stuff. Okay, I do apologise. The entire Wi-Fi just went down.
Yeah, it's okay. As you said, you're on holiday, so you shouldn't even be commentating. You should be lying somewhere, relaxing, enjoying a spa.
There is a sauna where I'm staying, actually.
Oh, lucky guy.
Later on.
Dreadwings takes.
So this is game 1 I'm missing.
Yep. So Dreadwings will just take the first game.
Okay. Okay.
It was a very, very close match.
Nice to see. So Raphael, Naki's Arcade, and Toxic Trickster are from Dreadwings, I believe. And then Shanks, Proxy, and Randir.
No, Shanks is. Wait, yeah, Shanks is Dreadwings.
Okay,
and,
cool. Just making sure I'm on the right side.
Yeah, and Toxic is and Toxic is a part of
Z Fighters.
Yep.
Okay, I'm all up to scratch now, just making sure. Okay.
Ooh. Yes, it's been a very, 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 very close first game. It was very back and forth. With
I believe I'm in spectate now, so we can do this. We can get back.
Way. I'm sure
we have to be really quick, don't we? These guys are quick to.
Yeah, they started their first game. The first game was actually null and void because they started immediately, like as soon as the other game ended. So we didn't even get a chance to do a sort of run up on how it went. But it worked out. So that was their first game of 5.
Righty ho. Just waiting for Randir and Proxy to ready up then, so we can get into this. There we go, as I say that.
No, to be fair, they were asking me in Discord, so I just said to them, yeah. I keep forgetting they can't actually hear me. Unless they're actually on the stream, so.
Yeah. Okay, so getting to game 2 then between these two. I haven't seen these two teams play though, so I'm going to do a little bit of sitting back. That was to Dreadwings, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is that both these teams play a very, very balanced set of teams. So they go for the traditional 1 Vanguard, 1 Marksman, 1 Assassin. Or for Z Fighters' case, they actually play they play a Varn instead for their specialist.
Ah, okay.
So, which I'm sure you know, Jamstar is all about that life.
Yeah, same. I'm a specialist too, so it's kind of always interesting to see the Varns. Jamstar, yeah, he's a very interesting player, actually, in terms of watching him kind of build pressure with Varn. That's kind of the interesting thing about specialists, is because they don't really excel at any kind of one job. I mean, obviously certain ones have specific balances, but they like to kind of just cover all those loose ends, which is very, very nice. Toxic Trickster though, rocking my boy Bart. I am a Bart myself in that exact color too. But we've got Rama and Shiva. So Rama, okay, we hit Mighty Strikes, Revive by Boom, Mighty Strikes, yeah. So we've got a very, very buff heavy comp on I believe Z Fighter's side. The Trickster's Z Fighters, I believe, yeah. Okay, well, as I am a Bart man, I'm going to go drop in there and see how he's going to be starting to build. But Bart, as a specialist, obviously does have those different moves that you can use to kind of gain JP by landing hits, to obviously increase not only the effectiveness of the move, but also his stats as well. But a very, very good play there from Shanks, going in on Trickster, getting the wall rush immediately into a spiral cut. Very, very nice stuff. Toxic Trickster pushed out of the battle, trying to find his way back in. Does get a catch on the dance. It is a sword dance too as well. Procs very, very nicely and gets, a bit of damage, but it's damage nonetheless. Goes for another one, gets the Tempting Tango. Bigger damage, but it's only a Tempting Tango, so not much bravery built up until the hit. They have to be careful now because we do have a lot of bravery on the... Whoa! Okay, there we go.
That was absolutely beautiful, and that basically encapsulates what Garland is all about.
Yeah, for sure. A very heavy bruising Vanguard. Big hits, massive damage, and just slamming to the ground with that Earthquake. He's then going to try and get in to punish this Squall, but the Squall gets out. Nice counter punish as well. We can see Raphael trying to lock down this Garland as the Garland looks for a new foe. But then we can see, although this is kind of the issue though, is when you're playing a marksman, when you've got someone on you there that you can't escape from, how are your teammates going to respond? But very, very nice work. We saw all of the Dreadwings kind of get around their Ishtola to protect her rather.
Yeah, and I'm just watching the Ishtola now, and she's only just now really been caught. Oh, she's in trouble though if she's not careful.
Yeah. Holy Snare coming out, putting a load of these around. They do lose one player in Shanks, who has gone down now thanks to a nice hit there from the opposing Bart in Trickster. These Snares going to be trying to catch as much as possible. There's a lot of bravery currently on this Sephiroth. A nice, quick summon there, and Shiva comes out. So yes,
this is going to be so important because now they have a chance to end this game here. If they can catch one of them in ice, and two of them are in desperately low health, this might be the end of the game.
They have to be aware that this Bart is hanging on by a thread. If they want to try and go for that triple punish, they can. They've got the presence from Shiva. They can push their opponents around a lot more. Going for the Ethereal Pulse, going to try and bring those opponents in. Very, very nice. Grabs the Squall and then allows Garland to go in on the Barts behind. Very nice. Well, the Tidus, should I say. That was pretty good stuff from them. We need to ram through the menus here so we don't miss out on any of the shenanigans. They've already gone back into it. Wow. Oh, okay, cool. I was just making sure. Because I know that in some you can kind of go straight back into the next round, so there's that thing.
Yeah, no, I made it specifically to set it so that it plays individual games, so just so that doesn't happen.
Good. So a question for you then, obviously, because I missed out on that first game. What were what were the differences in that game between the two? Like, obviously, because that was quite, again, it was a 2-0 victory for the Dreadwings.
It was actually more of the same.
Yeah.
To be, it was, the thing is what they did this time, however, is that while the Dreadwings did manage to control the game, Z Fighters were actually able to they had a lot better defense that time. A lot better defense. And the thing is that it was that one moment where they just didn't see that Garland coming. If they saw him coming, I definitely think they would have had that game could have been theirs, because that completely startled them.
Yeah, because that was like 2,500 bravery on 2 characters, which is a lot of progress towards that victory. As you say, is that awareness is very important to kind of like avoid situations like that. And again, as you said, had that not happened, what kind of game would it have been?
Yeah, and the thing is that as a Gundam Versus player, that sort of awareness of where your teammate is fundamentally important when it comes to playing Dissidia as a whole. But man, the minute you lose track of someone, you have to be incredibly concerned that they're not behind you. And that happens so often, where people are like, oh, I can't see them, and then all of a sudden, bang, immediately, and you just lose a stock, and you're like, now I'm a teammate down, and you could have 4,000 bravery, and you've lost all of your resources. It's not
exactly. It always happens to be that when you lose someone, they've always got enough bravery to kill you. It's just always the way it goes. I mean, we've all won that way. We've all lost that way. You know, either someone has lost track of you, and you happen to be there with an HP attack. I did it today, in fact, in my solo queues. But you know, that's just the way it is. Awareness is so important in this game.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't really consider myself a top player, but if there are players, the thing is, if I'm playing people that are higher than me, and they don't stop paying attention, it becomes rough.
This is an important change here, because Trickster's gone to his Zwiebel Ritter or Onion Knight, and we've got Raphael coming out with a Bart. However, Bart is playing Knight. Now, I mean, as a Bart player myself, Knight is an interesting role, because it forces players who, if they're aware of it, you know, they have to approach you very, I guess, delicately, and they either need to go for the HP attack on you only, or they're going to just try and ignore allowing you to get bravery. But this is the thing, it's a good position for a Bart to be able to get bravery and share it with his teammates. Let's have a look at what skills he's rocking as well, if we can. I don't think we can see them right now.
Raphael has got full bravery, and I think that's a Deadlish Stola. That is
there it is, yeah. See, this is the thing, it's a bit of a marksman slayer, the Knight, because it's so easy to be able to kind of like find a hitbox and get that counter. Unfortunately, Ishtoya was not aware that the bravery was there and just thought she could get that hit on, but of course she couldn't. And out comes that Knight. You only need 1 hit to master, and now Bart can counter HP attack, which makes him very deadly.
The thing is that Noctis, I noticed that the Noctis goes for a very interesting ulti there, where he knocked the Garland down and he just ran back and forth just to double check when his tech timings would be, and he didn't get anything off him. It was very interesting to see that happen, actually.
What I'm seeing though from Semi-Player here, as he's playing against this very good, this is the hit. He is tunnel visioning a bit here. He's seeing that he's got the bravery for the Garland and he's trying to knock him down.
Toxic is on a rampage right now.
Is he a good man?
He is.
That Onion Knight is very tricky. Gotta be very careful.
He is dominating this game at the moment. That meteor placement has been absolutely spot on. It's been beautiful.
Yeah, this is the thing. Onion Knight is not one of the strongest characters in Onion Knight form, but in Sage he is so dominating, as you said. And you can see him looking around, keeping an eye on that position perfectly. He's going for the summon now. He does have Bahamut ready. Oh wow, that range from Garland though.
The thing is that I've noticed that they're starting to avoid Onion Knight as a character now. So Onion Knight's been able to dictate this game.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, as soon as you give him that position, you give him that respect, it immediately allows him to push his opponents back, and now they've got the Lord of Dragons on the stage, Bahamut himself.
Bahamut is... Ooh, they've lost the stock while they've had the summon up. That's surprising. Their Noctis has gone down.
Yeah. That was Garland just coming in and getting that Earthquaker out, so they've got to, at this current point, the Z Fighters have to just kind of survive this onslaught for a little bit longer, and hopefully they can get their own summon out and push back. They have to be aware of that Bart again. This is dangerous now. Bart's got a lot of bravery. He can win this game for them now.
The Z Fighters are on the verge of taking this. They are one HP stack away.
Yeah, and there's a lot of bravery on this Bart. He's going to be trying to fish maybe for a hit.
He's been hit though. He's on
3-6, yeah.
Yeah, he's in kill range of a lot of things, but they're trying to go for a summon themselves now. They're trying to get a Shiva out.
it is important for them to get this summon out. So it might be their game changer. It might be what brings them back. Goes to the blue mage, gets that hit, and now there we have we are seeing Raphael go in, trying to get that wall rush. He won't be able to get a kill because it is night. Got to be careful though.
Spiral Cut comes out, gets countered. Oh my days, that was beautiful.
That's it. As soon as you master that counter onto the HP attacks, we see it. Very, very nice stuff there from that boss to get that hit.
Right, the two things happened there. We saw a Spiral Cut get countered, and that was one of the most beautiful things I've seen in a while. Man.
Yeah, the shield placement is because like obviously Spiral Cut comes down from above, and that ability to just kind of like see it, get into the right position, and then counter. Very good stuff from Raphael there. Nice Bart's play, but as you were saying though, despite that Bart's play being very strong from Raphael, we saw so much good work from Trickster consistently being a present with that Onion Knight.
Right, yeah, we're just getting ready for this next game, for game number 4. But that was
this is the last game of our first kind of phase, isn't it? And then we're going to get our other players in.
Yeah.
Looks like maybe are the Dreadwings going for a substitute here?
I think so. Yeah, they are.
Cloud. Oh yeah. They're bringing in Cloud.
I'm assuming he plays Cloud, so.
Cloud Strike with Fusion Sword and Cloudy Wolf. I'm pretty sure. No worries. That's the way it goes, right? if anyone's ever seen my stream when I've been playing Dissidia, I have an opinion on Fusion Sword and Cloudy Wolf Cloud.
To be fair, I play Cloudy Wolf 1 with Force Stealer, so.
Force Stealer. I'll allow the Force Stealer. I'm a big fan of I think X Soldier 2. I think it's the black outfit rather than the purple with a hard edge. With the hard edge. That's true.
Give me 1 second. My team are currently asking me something. Be right back. My team was just asking me when's their next lobby match, and we're just waiting for this game to over, then we're going to be shifting over. Man, this has been this set has been really, really tense, and all it takes is two or three mistakes, and it completely changes how it works. I am genuinely impressed by these two teams.
So that's 2-1, I believe now, yes?
Yep, it's 2-1.
Okay.
And Dreadwings are again on player 2 side, and the Z Fighters are on player 1.
Okay, so we've got we've got another switch out here. Raphael going over to Warrior of Light with the ultimate shield as well. So a nice change up from him, and we'll see how he can do with another character switch. Obviously trying to keep their opponents on their toes, having a variety of characters available to them. So we'll see how it goes. And then we go.
The thing is, this is interesting because they're now running 2 Vanguards with Onion Knight support.
Yeah, interesting. Obviously, Onion Knight is stronger in his marksman version, so we'll see how that goes. Goes for the double wall rush that doesn't get the continuation, but Cecil very low on bravery now, so kind of not too much of an immediate danger, but they can, put him to the back of the mind for now. Good break, nice bravery currently on Cloud Strife as he goes in for the hit.
I've been paying attention to the Shantoto, largely been ignored by us actually, and she's put on Salvation Strike anti-air, and it works. Nice stuff.
It does land indeed. Going for that hit onto the crystal does take a large portion of that. They've got, pretty much the entire thing, almost up to summon ability. Cloud Strife for the Dreadwings is low. Dreadwings? Yes, Dreadwings. No, Z-Fighter, sorry.
Yeah, he is
very, very low on HP right now.
He's on life support, but he's got a lot of bravery, and he dies with it, unfortunately.
That's a shame, That is kind of one of those things that when you do have bravery, but you're low, it's very important to keep yourself safe because you're going to lose so many resources, as you say. They're going for the summon, guard out from Trickster, again, forcing movement or aggression from these players, and then continuing to summon and get that Shiva out. The increased bravery that we have from the passive, and the increased bravery regen after a hit is landed. Very important in protecting a break from a hit.
It's also good in finishing, getting off single kills as well. And Warrior of Light goes down.
This is really good stuff from Red Wings right now. They are 2 stocks up. They've got they've got pretty solid HP. HP regen currently on Cecil, and they've got, well, you can see the HP attack. Enough bravery to finish off this cloud. Should the salvation site be found?
Oh, he managed to get it. The thing is that what I'm interested watching is the Shantoto players controlling the field.
Marksmen tend to do that. If the opponent haven't got any ability to deal with you, then what else are they going to do? Trying to space back, trying to get this finish. Goes for the Colossal Shantoto, gets a big hit. Can they do anything with it? Gets the guard, very close. Okay, salvation stop.
I'm having issues on my capture card on my end, so I might just swap it over in a second.
This is not a good idea. There is a big hit coming out with the cross slash from Cloud Strike. But what this means by knocking Shantoto down is she's going to get even stronger bravery attacks. It's very dangerous. When it comes to Shantoto, you want to make sure that you're finishing her off.
Yeah, once she goes into play rough, it's going to be a tough game once she gets into play rough. And her zoning becomes so much better.
Wow, there's a big share of bravery coming out from the Onion Knight there. Was it from the Onion Knight? I think so, yeah. Just to give everyone as much bravery as possible.
We have Bahamut on field now. That is going to be a lot of field control, and I think what Z Fighters might do is that they might funnel them into the cloud so he can finish them off, because the bravery he's sitting on is incredible.
Yeah, it was amazing that Shantoto had so much, and now they're down to 260. This is looking really good in terms of like a comeback potential. Look at the bravery on the Z Fighters right now. They have got 5,000 on one, 2,000 on another. They are ticking down. They have to be careful, but they can get some kills here. They get one. Okay, this is huge. There is so much bravery. All they got to do is land one more HP attack. Are they going to funnel in, or are they going to be safe?
There is meteors in backside.
There it is, Cloud catches it, and it's a win. Brings it back from one stock to 3, wins the game. Huge patience. Very well played.
Very well played. Give me 1 second. I am going to switch capture cards around. I'm sorry, folks. No, my card keeps cutting out momentarily, so
no worries.
I will just let them know.
That was quite huge. Well, that was a really good game from them both teams. As I said, 3-1 down, and just kind of holding on to that patience, and then just pressurizing as best they can. So we've got Proxy, Shanks, and Randir. The Dreadwings up top, and it's 2 apiece between these two teams. I think one of the players, unfortunately, is unable to continue right now, so they're going to be using the other 3 that are available for them in the Z Fighters, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Just waiting for the Z Fighters to log into their lobby. No worries. Okay, so we're just holding on for 1 second as we sort out, obviously because Rayo's got to sort out the capture card, just making sure that you get the best, crispest quality on the EU League here. But yes, let's kind of go into that. As we saw, there was a lot of top quality stuff from both teams, but Shanks and co kind of had the ability to kind of finish off, but just didn't kind of convert where they wanted to, and then the Z Fighters just slowly clawing back as best as they could, kind of took that game. But just gonna get things sorted, and hopefully, I see in the lobby we have had a couple of people just quickly duck out, but I think they're going to be hopefully jumping back into this 5th and final game. Just I only have access to my phone when I'm trying to get. Well, I'm not at home, so I don't even have my laptop on me. So it's a fun one trying to sort everything out with just a phone app version of Discord. But we have to do our best with what we have available to us, and the games have been great, so that's the most important thing. As I said at the start of the broadcast, the Dissidia NT EU League is all about showcasing the best that we have here in the EU. There are 2 lobbies available. You're watching lobby number 1 over here on Dissidia NT EU League. If you go over to NevFX, twitch.tv/NevFX, you'll also be able to catch lobby 2, where other games are going on. So if your favorite players are in the other lobby, make sure to go and check it out, or at least see who's playing and catch the action over there as well. Plenty of Dissidia action going on during the EU League. As I said, it's bi-weekly, every other Friday, starting today. There'll be plenty of Dissidia going on.
Right, I've made some changes, and hopefully it should continue. I do have a spare card on deck, so I'm all good. So,
No,
however, it's apparently they thought that it was the end because they played 5 games, but the first game was not considered valid because they started it before I even knew what was going on. So they need to play their 5th game.
Yep.
So
I think that the Z Fighters have left the lobby, so are we going to bring them back in?
yeah, they're coming back.
Okay, cool.
Because it's currently 2-2, so
yeah, it is. Yeah, it's very close. I think. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if that first game was a little bit, if they thought they played it, then sure. But yeah, I believe. Do we have commands in chat? So if there is anyone in chat right now who wants to watch, do we have the bracket command available?
We do have a bracket. Yes, let me fish it out.
Just for people who want to catch the action.
That is the wrong bracket. Let me pull out my good old. There we go. Alright. Make sure that everyone is in there. Real good. Alright. Yep. Someone's posted it already.
Good. God, turn that down.
So, interestingly enough, this is going to be for all of the marbles, this game.
All of the marbles?
Yeah, all of the marbles. So, because it's 2-2, the winner of this takes home the victory.
Oh, right, of course, yeah. Sorry, I had a moment there thinking I was thinking... Huh? But yeah.
Wait, hold on. I'm just double checking. You're British, right?
Yes.
You should know what all the marbles means.
See, I heard you say all the marvels, and I was like,
oh, so basically
marbles,
not an
makes more sense.
so basically they won't have an Evo spot then.
I see. Yeah, sorry. Again, phone Discord is not great. My phone speaker is doing the work for me right now, so it might come across a little bit hard. I do apologize.
Oh, that's just alright. Right, we just need.
Okay, so we've got Raphael back. Chrissy loves ya in chat in the lobby there as well. Are we going to have to do the thing where we say things like this? Let's not spam that, but you know, still. I'm playing on a different PS4 than my own, so when I was doing some like lobby stuff a bit earlier, all of my my unlocks and everything was all gone. So I was playing with like a bare part.
Ouch!
Yeah.
That's the thing is
You
that
get used to it.
the thing is I'm not streaming with my PS4, and I've got all of the voices in Japanese, and I have all of mine set to English, which is really jarring.
Yeah, it's kind of weird when you play like that. Oh, the start of match 1 has been cancelled. Cloud Strife's not ready. Okay, there we go. Our players are now readying up. So again, we've got the Dreadwings, Proxy, Shanks, and Randir versus. We have had a sub, Snow, in for Raphael alongside Trickster, and I've forgotten immediately there. Good job from me. You know, when you're just kind of like reading it as you go, and then you see a name, then you forget it immediately.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
It's also like, you know, I've been basically I'm on holiday, yes, but I'm at an event in Germany where my stream team, my Twitch.tv team, we are doing a 24-hour stream, and we have been doing it. Well, we've been doing it for about 10 days now. So it's tiring. It's a tiring event. So I'm taking a break.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I've done 2 night shifts as well. So
not fun.
Tiring, but fun. Got to create the content for the people who love it, right?
Yeah, tell me about it. I definitely hear that. Right.
But speaking of which, I do have to say, obviously, I am, you know, joined myself, Bowie the Hero, joined by Ray O'Connor from NGI, who are obviously the partners of production when it comes to this event. So thank you very much, obviously, to you, Ray, and everyone at NGI for putting on the production as best you do. So thank you very much.
I love the game. What can I say? It's all good. That's
Sweet,
what it comes
man.
down to.
Agreed. Okay, so Snow has also got a Shantotto out here, so we'll see how it goes. I dare not lean on these bumbling peons. Varn and Cloud, I believe, versus Ishtola, Garland, and Tidus. Interesting. So again, Marksman, Assassin, Vanguard, as you say, a pretty
Very balanced.
standard go-to.
Yeah. Very, very balanced team.
So
you have the Dreadwing.
Ishtola, playing that more supporting role as a marksman. I'm going to try and lay as many traps as possible and just harass from afar. Good stuff from her so far. But oh wow, immediately into killing bravery right now for Ishtola. Going to be interesting, obviously, with this trap style of play.
Oh,
gets caught out by that move. Doesn't get the hit.
That was a nice, because that's delayed her slightly now. So now she's got to wait for another setup to get her game going, and she's lost killing bravery because of it now too. So very good play for that HP attack.
Yes, popping over to Varn now, just going to try and see this way he's getting in. Playing that kind of very grounded game right now, harassing with HP attacks, guarding with White Wall, throwing out the Pyroclasms as best he can as well. Going to try and make a move in here as the crystal is available for our players, but they aren't. It has been taken mainly by the Dreadwing.
Omni Slash has been hit. That's double damage. That's kill. Yep. That was a kill.
There it is, an entire KO there. Wow, and two in quick succession. Holy wow. Very, very good stuff.
Dreadwings are on the verge of losing here after being 2-0 up. Oh, this is clench your backside time.
And this is exactly what we're looking for as well. Okay, here we go. So we can see that now that Varn has his killing bravery, how much is he going to harass this Ishtola? Ishtola going to space back as much as possible. She's got low HP. This might mean that she's a
restock victory.
Target, but there, good hit from the Shantotto there, landing the Salvation Sire strike and getting that win from 2-0 down. The reverse sweep, fantastic.
Oh, what a way to take that set.
Yeah, I mean, that was a domination in that final game there.
Oh, that was
from the Z Fighters. Absolutely brilliant work. Snow putting in a big effort there, and Trickster just playing safe as best he can in the center, allowing his teammates to really push forward. And Snow's Shantotto did a great job.
What happened there was very reminiscent of the very first game, where Dreadwings' Garland came bursting in and did that double hit earthquake, which basically dictated that match. And what happened there was that Cloud was able to activate Limit Break and basically sneak up on someone and basically immediately Omni Slash. And an interesting thing to note about Omni Slash is that when Omni Slash is when you use Omni Slash while Limit Break is active, it does double damage, bravery damage, and is completely invincible until the animation is over. What if the first hit connects? So it is a very scary thing to come up against. And again, the awareness wasn't there, and they got nailed by it. It's really unfortunate.
And Omni Slash is also, as you say as well, in Limit Break, it's got such a huge range as well, which means your awareness has to be even more on point, because he can catch you from like 4 billion miles away.
It is a very good move, and that one dictated the end of that game, because as soon as they lost that, they lost another stock immediately.
Yeah, but with that down, that does mean 3-2 to the Z Fights, and we're moving on to our second overall round of teams. We've got 2 more matches for you, again 5 games. First of all, the Royal Knights, who you see already locked in there, Azazel, Chrissy Lovesia, and Mythiel, which I believe is going to be a Squall, a Terra, and a Bart. Mythiel being an incredibly strong Bart. Azazel, a very competent Squall, and Chrissy, a very competent Terra. We've been watching, there's been these community lobbies happening very, very recently, courtesy of Nev FX, or Spickle if you ever see him playing. And there's been a lot of play from these three players here. Chrissy showing a lot of form and a lot of competency. And Mythiel I met Mythiel ages ago in solo queue, and I've always been impressed with his Bart. As a Bartsman, it's kind of like scary when you kind of come up against the mirror and have to kind of learn how someone plays it. But a very, very strong player. And Azazel, when Squall's played well, whew.
Right, we are getting straight in there. Now, no break for us this time because we're running slightly late, so...
Yeah, that's fine, it happens every now and then. Again, it is the first day, everyone, so bear with us if there is the odd just hiccup in production. Like my going radio silent for about 5 years. That's that's a thing.
Oh, and they're in.
Indeed, they're going for it.
Give me 1 second.
No worries, sir. Okay, so our players are just readying up right now, and as I say, we do have the Royal Knights against the I believe it was the Darth Scrubs, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. Yes. Let me just confirm that because I think I made it. Yes, it is. Yes. And then afterwards, NGI versus Astral Thorns. NGI being the team that Rayo's part of, and Astral Thorns being my team. So that's going to be fun for Rayo and I.
Oh boy, I can't wait for that.
Only 5 games to go, sir, and then we can start the banter.
Do you know what? I'm going to be radio silent on my side.
Oh really? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
We've not practiced much, so we don't expect much from that game.
It's all good.
So.
You know, that's the thing. Sometimes you just kind of want to get into that first round and just see how you play, don't you? Really?
Yeah. Unfortunately,
being set up. Who is the summon you tend to always go for? What kind of summon do you like to see in the game?
Personally, I prefer Alex.
Yeah, Alex is good. Very defensive, which I like. You know, if you're playing more of like a turtling kind of approach, kind of nice. Okay, Mythiel going with the Cecil, and then Azazel bringing out his cane. All right, okay. Sticking with the assassin on Azazel's side, and Mythiel switching over from his specialist to his vanguard. Interesting. Going with that simple meta, but Chrissy's sticking with her Terror. Okay. Interesting to see. Maybe Mythiel knows about a few things that the opponents are doing and maybe wants to stay away from that Darth immediately. But showing up Azazel, he is a bit of a assassin main, so let's see how he does. Nell Spike immediately going for that Galvanize, hopefully, into Shout. Just trying to get as many buffs out as possible for his team. The Ranger being mastered immediately for Exodus now. I'm popping over to Chrissy and just going to see this Terror in action. You know, just kind of flanking around the back, being a severe presence consistently, keeping themselves safe. The core is now in effect, and when will our first team go into it? The Rams are trying to get close into Chrissy, but attacking too low. But it does allow Exodus, when you know, with Rams are keeping the Terror busy, gets those hits out very nicely. But all of the Crystal core going over to the Royal Knights.
The Royal Knights are going to be looking to summon very, very soon, and they want to get that Shiva in play as soon as possible because they want that post-summoning buff.
We are seeing from Mythiel, he is running Dark Flame, so whenever he does cast his HP attack in Dark Knight, he is wasting HP. But a very, very lovely hit over there from Azazel, getting enough killing bravery to get that incapacitation on Amber and takes down the ace nice and early. The Dark Flame coming out, goes for the long range, does get that hit as well. Nice stuff, but remember, every single Dark Flame is chipping into this Dark Knight Cecil's HP pool. Steps back, goes to summon all 3 summons, there it is. Shiva is out. The Shards of Ice are going to be on the ground, the increased bravery, and now with the summon coming out, the bravery regen as well.
This is going to be so important because the space control means that they can land their few extra hits in and force Darth Scrubs to be where they want them to be.
Yeah, very nice play here from Mythiel, who just saw that. He saw the Barts get aggressive above him, and then threw out the aerial dash attack to kind of land that little orb to knock him down and punish. He's got killing bravery again. He's got 3,000. Nell Spike is in his range. As is Mass Exodus, throws out the Dark Flame and looks to the left and gets that KO.
Nice stuff there. Good way to finish that off. Very clean finish.
What I'm seeing a lot from, especially from Mythiel, because I was kind of capturing as much as I could from his play early on there, with Dark Flame. You can see the scores is very representative of the way this has been going in. Mythiel, Azazel, very, very aggressive. Chrissy with that incredible support, just blocking out everything. And you can see that Darth Scrubs couldn't really get into that game.
Azra's not playing Squall. I've just realised.
He's not, no. No, he's playing Kane. Another assassin, though. Another assassin. Oops, I need to get back to the lobby before they start. Spectate. Okay.
Right, I'm back in as well.
Good. They make sure 1 and 17 are spectators before you begin, guys.
To be fair, for the most part,
first game.
It was a very good first game.
I mean, with the dominance they had, you kind of expect, or kind of perhaps maybe make the case that Mythiel, Azazel, Chrissy, and the Royal Knight's going to go for that sweep. But you know, there were these kind of like odd moments here and there. They did get, I think, a couple of hits in, you know, big major hits, but it wasn't enough to kind of convert at any real point to be anything kind of, you know, severe for the Royal Knights.
From what it seems, Azrael's is the shot caller for his team. From what it looks like, from what they're doing. So I think what the other team should do is just converge on him and just focus him down a little, just to put him under a bit of pressure to see what his teammates do and possibly capitalize on any possible tunneling, and just whittle them down that way, rather than being fighting in the air, open in the air, which makes them more susceptible to like a combination of bravery attacks locked down into HP attacks. So we'll see how they go from here.
I saw definitely, you know, as you say, Azazel being very, you know, shot call heavy and kind of going in and, you know, making these plays and then just kind of trusting that, you know, to this point, Mythiel and Chrissy are doing a very, very good job of flanking and then just kind of like holding their position. You know, I saw, especially, again, I know if I was focusing on Mythiel quite a lot in that previous game in terms of watching and kind of like trying to see where he was going, but doing a good job of kind of using the range that Dark Knight Festival does have to get hits and then close down. But we do have a substitute. Release of the id is, or ID, I'm going to say id, with that lightning. So maybe going to go for a little bit more of a faster paced game with the Assassin, Marksman, and Specialist edition. I'm going to go, I'm personally going to be...
Ooh, new stage! We have the new stage.
Orban Monastery, yeah. That's the one. Any Final Fantasy Tactics fans out there? Shout out. So Galvanize is available, does get that big city. Okay, so it's going to be really important for the Ace just to kind of really have these, this spatial strength. You know, with these pillars, with these, you know, the balls, they have very, very strong priority on a lot of moves. Azazel getting broken here in the early part. Chrissy though doing a good job of just kind of spacing back, staying behind the Vanguard on her team and just pushing. Nelspike taking early damage, does get another hit there from the Fira from Terra, and they take down Nelspike, but does take a hit as well. The core is out. Mythiel and Chrissy immediately on that core. It's gone immediately there. Great work to get that on point.
I'm not too sure if this lightning is running Razor Gale, but I think if this lightning is running Razor Gale, I think that was what killed them there. Is it
Razor Gale?
Yeah, is it? It's the AoE. It's the... Yeah, she is. Yeah, they're running Razor Gale.
Very nice to get out of there from that Fang and Claw. There's a lot of damage coming out there. There's 2,900 hundreds available. And there's Chiri Gerard as well coming from the Rams. They're very, very good at kind of like catching air, very good at anti-air. So, okay, so very, very nicely here. There is the summon coming out from the blue team, and then they get that immediate good stuff from Royal Knights. Seeing that they had bunched up and seeing the spaces open, that was a kind of a bit of a flaw, I think, from Darth Rubs. They knew that their opponent had that summon gauge. They couldn't let them have a moment to breathe. But unfortunately they did. And then in comes
this
Shiva.
Terra is a threat right now.
Meltdown as well, big stage.
She's a massive threat. 4,700 bravery. Oh my god, and it hits.
Wow. Double hit as well, yeah, incredible. There was the long-range meltdown from the Terra, and I didn't see who else got the hit because I dropped my controller at the exact same time. I'm standing up to do this cast, by the way. But Mythiel again, very, very strong. Chrissy was so integral there, just kind of like holding back and just claiming so much space.
They forgot she
really, really good stuff.
They forgot she was there. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
That melt.
She was always hiding behind Mythiel. That's the thing. So they see the Dark Knight and kind of see him being a pressure. And there's just behind, there's that Terra flinging the Fearers out the entire time. And that was kind of where Chrissy managed to get her space. and could do whatever she wanted.
That was a lot of that was they didn't keep the terror in check. And once you don't have the terror in check, and she starts firing meltdowns, especially when she's got more than 3,500 bravery, you have a problem. And they didn't. And they didn't isolate that issue because they could have used the Razor Gale from Lightning to be able to zone terror out. And the thing is that the meltdown only has as much projectile priority as a Razor Gale, so they can stop that. They can stop that mid-flight. And
yeah, they can.
They just completely forgot she was there, and she was allowed to fire meltdowns from full screen, and that cost them the game in the end. So it's unfortunate, but it's a very tough lesson to learn about Dissidia.
Yeah, and also it's kind of like one of those things, those reminders that these large open spaces, such as Orbon Monastery, can be quite dangerous when you're dealing with the Terror. Meltdown, whilst it doesn't have, the hugest left and right movement tracking, it does move very fast when it picks up that pace. So, if you're at the kind of like the longer ranges of that meltdown, you need to be very aware when it's coming in because it will hit you.
And the thing is that when that meltdown goes out, you just have to be aware that it takes up a lot of space on the map. It may not think that projectile is very big, but when it's something, when it doesn't have that much movement on the Z-axis or the Y-axis, you suddenly realize this is actually a very hard move to dodge.
Yeah. So the Royal Knights sticking with their team comp. We've had a little bit of a change from the other team. We've got an Ishtola coming out now as well with the Ramza and the Lightning again. So we have lost the Ace. Maybe just feeling that Ace wasn't working so well. Nice defend there from Chrissy. Trying to find that space to go in. Throws out a couple of hits there. The Aura Spheres there, just trying to connect.
I think
very long range.
I think once this Lightning gets in, I think Lightning is able to change the match. But it's just being zoned out a bit.
Yeah. Very, very good job just to throw those out, just to kind of have that option coverage. But there's the crystal completely away from the red team again. And Royal Knights get that crystal. You cannot underestimate just how important it is to have that crystal in your possession. Summoning is so powerful. There's that Wall Rush and the Fang and Claw as well.
Doesn't convert for much, but it's enough to throw them off now. Now that they have to be careful that you now die to a less hitting HP attack, which is going to be really important.
The aggression as well coming out from Nelspike. Goes for the Holy, but doesn't land. Not the Holy, sorry. The ultimate there, but doesn't land it. Mighty Strike from the team does get a landing hit on that Ramza. That 4,000 bravery though does get expended on the lower HP, which it is an in cap. An in cap is an in cap. So there's one more crystal there. The blue team do have the priority. They're letting Chrissy get that. Here it comes. 1, 2. Azazel's happy just to let the other two go for it, and there's the summon. Shiva out once again.
Now this is going to be interesting because they have the resource advantage, and they have the stock advantage, and now they've got the summon advantage. So
running over to the red side, have a little look at this, the way this Ramza's going in. Does get a nice hit and re-switches after Mythiel, but this Shiva just being such a force on the battlefield. Azazel low on HP. Gets the cap on the Fang and Claw. It's not enough to get the KO, but it is big damage.
He's Azrael's currently on the recovery, so he can take a couple more hits than before, and another incapacity. That's again the Ramza is down.
Yeah, just keeps getting caught by everything right now, and it's not doing his teammates a world of good. Luckily, his teammates haven't taken a hit yet, but when you're costing your teammates hits, the focus is out from afar. I'm not going to get the most out of this this focus here. Gets one hit from the dash attack, tries to follow up, but just trying to find his way in. There's Mythiel, gets the hit on Mythiel, gets a nice chunk of bravery, but aware though that Azazel's coming in. Does he go for the Cherry Gerard? No, he gets hit by Mythiel again with that Dark Cannon.
This Y'shtola play has been really solid, but Chrissy the dictator of this game for the second time in a row.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Chrissy in that game on Nash as you'd think Terra would be very, very effective, and you can see that in the scoreline as well. Azazel and Mythiel doing all they can, but Chrissy just kind of consistently controlling the map, keeping a hold of the crystal, and just throwing out those meltdowns. Game 3, I think that was now. I believe that was game 3, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, so game 4 starting up now. Between Royal Knights and the Darth Scrub. So I can't tell if you guys can hear Ray right now. I can't tell. If you can, let me know. Bye. So that was game 3. 3-0 right now to the Royal Knights. They're going to game 4. Probably going to be running the same comp. They're feeling confident. Q feeling quite clean on it. Yet Amber going interesting. So X is going over to the Ishtola and Amber back onto the Ace. There seems to be a lot of, I don't want to say confusion, but it seems to be a lot of maybe like a lack of confidence in their comp, and just trying to like mix it up all the time, trying to see if they can like find something that works for them. But here we go, game 4. A little bit of a stutter at the start there, but the game underway. Chrissy opening up with a little bit of a long range spell casting there, just kind of throwing out one of those explosions, and then kind of like moving on. You know, when she knows that she has spatial control, just kind of moving on. Okay, have a look who else. Mithiel there on the side, just kind of guarding against this Ace as there's an onslaught from this side. And then Azazel with that high range from the, oh wow, very nice. It's coming in and protecting her teammate, and then taking a huge chunk of damage for it as well. Azazel getting maybe a little bit too aggressive in that corner, does take the hit. Id here, trying to find their way into Mithiel. There's a little, well, not too much bravery, taking a couple of hits there. Mithiel doing a very good job of that dart cannon, just killing bravery on anyone there. They're just 3, 4, 6, 7. It's still a ton of bravery, have to be careful. Lightning trying to find their way into this. Cecil, but gets caught out. There's the hit, there's another follow-up. And then the wall rush. Trying to pressure movement with that Dark Orb, does bounce. Doesn't go for the KO though. Chrissy is trying to throw out whatever they can onto the crystal and get it. They're going for the summon. Jump 3 coming out from Azazel as well. The summon's still happening right now from Mithiel, just standing there. Absolutely no pressure on him, and there is a summon. Very good stuff from Mithiel, just going to pressurize and get back whenever he can. So Shiva back out. Another in-cap. Oh, there we go. The first in-cap for the Royal Knights there. Lovely, lovely work from Darth Scrub. Just finding that KO that they wanted. Very good evasive work as well right now from Mithiel. Does get the hit though on Id. Id's lightning. So here's Azazel, killing bravery, trying to find his way into Amber Heart. Does get the hit, and there it is. Getting that KO. One more stop remaining for the Darth Scrub. As Azazel gets that Fang and Claw, very clean from him. Amber just trying to reposition. You've got X that's trying to just run away from this Diamond Dust, gets the arrow on the side, but here we see again, Chrissy, 4,000 bravery right now. The meltdown going to come back. Let's just spring into her. Does get the hit maybe? No. There's the Fang and Claw. There's the meltdown. There's the KO. The Fang and Claw to keep that opponent in that space there with the HP attack not happening because it is a long animation, gave Chrissy the time to see that, get the meltdown, get the KO, and win that 4th game. 3-1 in terms of KOs there.
I am back, and I came back just in enough time to see that last move. That was something else. But,
that was a good game. That was a good game though. Chrissy again taking out that victory, but lots of great stuff. Azazel, you know, locking down his opponents, getting that Fang and Claw and covering the movement is a really good idea. You know, when you do get that first hit and you get that chase down, to kind of normally let your opponents make the first move, because it kind of becomes a rock, paper, scissors kind of thing. You dash in, are they going to dodge first? Are they going to move first? Are they going to aggress onto you first? And you have to kind of make that guess. And you can see him getting close. He let Amber dodge to the side with the ace and then punish with the Fang and Claw. Very, very good kind of pressure on the opponent, on the opposing team there. Very nice stuff.
I've noticed the switch from Squall to Kane has really, really improved his confidence while playing. Because before he would struggle to get in and make things happen and stuff like that, but now he looks like he's got a much bigger lease on life now, which I'm really happy to see.
Seeing his opportunities a lot more and capitalizing on them very, very nicely.
I'm very happy to see that, because the thing is, he was worried about Squall as a character, and he was a bit frustrated that Squall wasn't changed in the last set of balance notes. But I think he found a new character to feel a lot more at home with. So
it's always nice to have that kind of like that secondary to kind of support you. I think as well, it's definitely like something that has to be addressed. But Squall is a very technical character, and the fact that he is the weakest assassin in the lineup. If you don't land his triggers, you need to land those triggers, and maybe he's kind of like not confident in the way he's able to play, or he's been maybe less confident in being able to hit all those triggers in lobbies rather than land. So trying to opt for not having to kind of like make that balance, and just kind of going for a more like strict damage character like Kane.
This is going to be the last game of this set, so it should wrap everything up after here. But let's see if the Darth Scrubs can get one of the maps back.
Wow, there's a lot of bravery coming in straight away for Christie by landing that long-range explosion that all of her opponents were just not aware of. Gets the Innovate coming in, but an immediate pressure save from Azazel. Very nice. Innovate landing again, but you can see that in the background.
He's not getting much out of it, unfortunately. I've got my eye on the Ramsler, and he's really trying to put in the work. He's just not quite getting it. The thing is,
this is the thing. You make a good point. They're trying to put in that work. If he's forcing it, it's very easy for your opponents just to be able to see what's trying to happen. You have to be a bit sneakier. Goes to the shout, tries to get in. Ooh, a little bit too high. Just kind of fired that shot off a little bit early.
Oh, Azazel has been broken momentarily, but he's already been back up to full bravery.
Again, firing early and just allowing the counter. It's difficult to move first. There is the Fang and Claw. It's not going to be a KO, but it is going to be a lot of damage. And look at the bravery on the Royal Knights again. 3,000 across the board, apart from Kane, who just expended 3,000.
It's going to be one of those things where I think, nice interruption on the Fang and Claw. That was so important, but he gets incapacitated anyway.
Good as well. Chris getting another KO with that meltdown. They need to lock her down.
Yeah,
this is why we say it. In chat right now, there's a chap called Backslash. He's a very prominent Terra player, very, very good. And dealing with marksman is much more important than having that marksman. And just Chrissy is just able to do everything.
She's not being targeted at all. They've only just noticed her. They've only just noticed her. It's incredible. They need to realize that she's there.
Free. Yeah, but because she's so free to do everything, it means that she can just interrupt all the time. And it gives Mythiel and Azazel that freedom to do whatever they want, because they know that they're backed up by a character who just can't be touched right now.
They need to converge on this Terra, because this Terra is causing them all sorts of issues, and it's really unfortunate to see it happen, because she's not been attacked once in this game.
Yeah, pretty much, but she's just safe, just sitting there. And Nelspike throwing out ultimas that just aren't going to go anywhere because the range isn't there. He needs to try and find a way to lock down that movement. The longer they stay at this range, the longer Terra has the advantage.
And the meltdown connects.
Yeah.
Off the Shiva assist.
Shiva's just doing all kinds of work right now for the Royal Knights as well. They're just kind of able to just dodge and dive all around it. Chrissy with again 3,000 bravery. You can't let her do this. You cannot let a Terra do this. Okay, so we have half the HP now for Nelspike. 3,000 bravery on Terra, just going to be able to throw out those meltdowns all over the shop.
That might be... Yes, that was it.
There it is.
That combo into Fang and Claw was very smooth.
Finishing hit there as well from Azazel with that Fang and Claw. Gets that KO, and it's a clean 5-0 victory for the Royal Knights. Wow.
Again, the case of not being able to shut down a marksman has become a problem. It was a problem.
Great support. Great support from their play there. But that is the Royal Knights taking that 5-0 and getting a nice chunk of points, and the Darth Scrubs just needing to maybe just kind of scratch their heads, kind of think about what happened this week, and maybe kind of work on what they need to do to get into those games. Because when they're going on the one-on-ones with Mythiel and with Azazel, they weren't winning every single time, but they had a little bit of an easier run of it until that Terror came in, and until that Terror intercepted everything and made it very difficult for those players to really push forward. But that is that game down, and we are going to have our final game of the night here for the first week of the Dissidia NT EU League with NGI over there. Hello, sir.
Yes.
And Astral Thorns.
I can see them. They're just finishing up their practice game now. So.
Practice game, nice.
Alright, guys. Ready to play. Yeah. They should be jumping in a second. So.
Okay, there's Ninzard for the Astral Thorns from Denmark.
So, guys, jump into my lobby. To be fair, I've got
from the UK.
I've got some of my teammates. I've got some of my teammates are with me at work, and they're
live at the event. Yeah, nice.
And they're playing on the two setups right next to me. So.
Good lads.
So good.
Okay, so the last game of the day should be a good fun one. We'll see how it goes. No hard feelings to either team to the team that loses, of course, between the two commentators here. Obviously,
I am not. There'll be nothing from me. There'll be nothing.
Obviously, no bias here.
Interesting.
We're just going to see how this game goes.
Interestingly enough, I'm actually I'm very familiar with two of your teammates.
Oh yes.
Because Jamstar, I actually play offline sessions with him on Dissidia.
Yeah.
So he hates my clouds. So. So he's a very, very good Vaughn player, and he started teaching me how to play Vaughn, which is really nice. I've been having fun with that. And Lady Nanette, I was actually lucky to catch a couple games with her for casuals, and she had a very, very, very good Terror. Terra
kind of it was her main choice. She's also picking up Emperor as well, and has that Bart on the side. What I'm probably likely to see here, I don't know if it's going to be the case, but I'm likely to see Ninzard have Varn himself, but also has a Garland. Jamstar with the Varn, as you say, but also a Cloud he has too, and then Nonette with the Emperor and the Terror. So likely to see Garland, maybe Varn, and then either the Emperor or the Terror. If the Bart comes out, I'd be surprised, but we'll see how that goes. I know she's very strong, very confident with the Emperor right now.
I think, to be honest with you, I think she just needs more confidence in general. What she tends to lack in terms of the killing edge from seeing her play is just the fact that she tends to second guess herself a lot when making really important plays.
It can happen, yeah. It's because of how strong the team element is in here. It's kind of what role do you want to play in that game, and how can you quickly and effectively communicate that mid-game?
Yeah, and the thing is, if she has more confidence in being able to push the agenda and actually really get the kills in, I think she'll be fine, because she always worries about, oh, my rank is this, my rank is that. But at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to forget about that and just go in and press those buttons, which is...
Every individual game matters, yeah. So, apparently you're playing right now as well, right? That's quite cool.
I wish I was, but I'm currently a spectator mode. My friend is using my PS4 account, so yeah.
Fair enough.
So,
which player is playing on your account, just so I know?
It's Fury is playing on my account, so...
Sure. And then you got Saberwolf there as well.
Yeah.
So, although, maybe you haven't practiced, you are all, obviously, the team of NGI are a fighting game team, and you've been playing in fighting games for years and years and years and years and years. So that natural ability to get in and knuckle down and scrap is going to be playing well for you.
Yeah, well, the thing is that Fury comes from a background of playing some arena fighters. Plays both him and Gundam play a bit of Gundam versus.
Yeah, could you imagine Gundam playing Gundam?
Yeah, go figure, right? And Saberwolf is a very, very competent Pokken player, actually. So,
good old Pokken.
Which is classed as a
That's exactly what I said.
And it's just that my guys are now laughing at me while I'm doing commentary. It's really sad. So, and Pokken has got the arena gameplay style as well. So it's there. Sirius is now joined the chat so as well.
Good old DX, yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, because he's got like 17 different names of DX. I know it was DX17, but then also Sirius.
Did you know that Sirius and DX17 are actually the same thing?
Are the same person?
Yes, because his name is a play off words from 17th mix of Beatmania, which is also called Sirius.
Oh right, okay, I see.
So it's 2DX17.
To be fair, he never told me that, so screw him. There we go. We've got the Vaughn, the Garland, and the Emperor coming out from Nanette, and then Garland again, Sephiroth from Fiore, and then obviously Gundam playing Ultimecia. So interesting, we're going to see how this is going to go. On to Nash for our first game of 5, and let's see how we go. I think it was Cyclone I saw from Ninzard there, and his Garland, starting off with him over there. So the blue team
is your guys, and NGI is on the reds. So
yeah, the good guys. Very nice kind of start there from Ninzard. Doesn't get the wall rush because of Gundam's just support there from again on to Saberwolf.
I think Saberwolf has gone for his secondary pick this time because he's usually main for Y'shtola, and he's gone
double
for
hit as well there. Good damage going on to. Let me have a little look onto Saberwolf. Sorry, there we go. Gundam getting that good rapid fire hit.
Yeah, Gundam just needs to control the space a little bit. Just keep the other guys locked down. Yes, just have to be careful because Jamstar is capable of throwing out those HP attacks without care.
Yeah, I mean, especially when he gets I can't remember what it's called now, Juggernaut, I think. Which allows him, very nice getting that Pyroclasm, allows him to keep hold of his bravery value, whatever it is, and he can lock that in.
Fury manages to get the kill off the was it Hardest Angels first one? I cannot remember. Sephiroth's first one, but Astral Thorn takes the first game.
Yeah, very nice clean victory from there. Did get a KO against him as well, but you know, keeping that confidence. Very, very good work there from Lady Nonette, doing a lot of work with the Emperor, the traps, and you know, kind of catching out a lot of players. Jamstar in the center there, and Ninzard. Very, very balanced from all three of them there. No one kind of like taking a huge lead, but just kind of managed to keep everyone down. Saberwolf, unfortunately, in the early game, getting kind of cornered quite a bit.
I think on that one, I think he might switch because if he's not very comfortable with doing the melee, like doing the being up front. And I think he's probably going to switch to Y'shtola. That is going to be my take on it anyway. So, but whether he does it or not is completely beyond me because I'm actually not in their team chat right now, so I can't really hear what they're talking about. So all I know is that they're laughing beside me, so which can't be a good thing. So
as long as they're having fun, right?
He's got to understand that he's giving away our tactics.
I'm not giving away anything. I can't hear you. I'm just being told off. But
okay, so game 2 now.
I've been forced to look. I've been forced to look at the completely different side of the room now. While they're choosing characters. So, yeah.
Oh yeah. You're not allowed to look, are you? Oh no, you can look. Screw it.
I'm not. I've already been told off by Fury about it. So, I have to not look at their screen and just call what I see on the stream thing, even though I haven't seen them.
You're going to tell me that I'm going to relay to my chat, right? Because the 5 extra seconds they get to think about it.
It's not like it's going to matter, but still, you get the idea. Right, anyway, so I'm assuming that they might have gone for a composition change, but I don't know until it's all come up, so go figure, right? Yes, I am.
We do have a bit of a shift. Saberwolf switching out his Garland for an Y'shtola, and Gundam switching out his Ultimecia for the Twilight Prince there, Noctis, Lucis Calum. But a solid lineup remaining for the Astral Thorns right now.
I think they've just changed the composition, so I know that Gundam has been learning a lot more Noctis recently in the couple offline sessions that we've been playing together. So it'll be interesting to see what he does from it. But I think isolating Jamstar here would be a very good way of claiming this match back. And
yeah, you can see very good job there from Gundam to get inside that zone that Jamstar was holding up with the white walls.
Yeah.
Saberwolf with the Tola pacing back and is trying to be as much of a nuisance as possible right now.
I think if they
Very
could
nice
just,
cancelling out that
yeah,
Dark Aura.
if they could sort of converge on the Terra and just cut her options down, then I think they'll be interrupted less. But we'll see how it does. A nice interruption there from Fury.
Fury seeing that opening after Ninja got the hit with that Garland to get that easy and clean break. Jamstar getting in there though before Fury can get that hit.
Yeah, Fury could have definitely capitalized on the HP attack a lot better at the time, but he just
very nice. You know, being pressured, but sees an open Saberwolf and throws out that Accursed Storm, getting the HP hit. Right now, though, we can see Jamstar with his bravery, maybe trying to lock it in, perhaps. Back to Saberwolf, going for the Ethereal Pulse, going to be healing up, forcing the opponents to make a decision. The Pyroclasm comes out, cancels out the Ethereal Pulse. A little bit of HP and a little bit of bravery made back there.
We've got a marksman battle here between Nanette and Saberwolf. And Saberwolf is just pinning them down.
Yeah. The Ruin is doing a lot of great work right now. Getting out of there. Oh, the Holy's so close, but just misses Ninja.
Oh, I think he should have converted into a HP attack there. That might have been better.
A little bit of miscommunication there from NGI, where there was a hit coming in from Saberwolf, but you know, the teammate knocking the opponent away, so the HP couldn't land.
Yeah, I think they could have cashed out the HP attack there. That might have been a bit better.
Yeah. Ow, no! And Saberwolf goes down, losing 3,500 bravery.
Yeah, he got hit by that Cyclone, which is really unfortunate, because the hitbox on that thing is really massive, and you have to be careful of that move. But good showing for Astral Thorn. Good stuff.
Nonette just getting that hit again. Landing that Accursed Storm on the Noctis at the end there. Just general space. Saberwolf playing a nice game at the start there, though. You know, really using the Ruins to kind of like just get in and chip away consistently. But it was just the way that the Astral Thorns managed to kind of like bring their defense round and kind of as a unit kind of pressurize in different positions rather than being, you know, these individual spaces just kind of causing issues here and there. Okay, so game 3 starting up now as the Astral Thorns go into a 2-0 lead. What can NGI do to make the adaptations necessary to get these games back where they need to? Going into game 3 now, I'm probably not going to see a change up from the Astral Thorns just yet. Fairly confident. I mean, they could go for the experimentation with the other characters in their arsenal, but I'm probably more likely to see just that kind of consistency, to keep working at that, at the communication and the game plan they have going into these games. I liked what NGI were doing in that second game, especially at the start. As I said, you know, Saberwolf's Ishtola kind of just causing a little bit more of an issue. They need to find a way to transition from that neutral game into kind of like, you know...
Alright, I'm back. Right, sorry about that. People,
it's alright, man.
People at work are asking me questions, but right.
Ooh, okay. So Fury thinking, I just saw some terrors kicking some butt. Let's go for my own.
Terror is actually his main character.
The Clued Vanguard, pretty good, very interesting character. So we're going to see how well. Sorry, my mind. We're going to see how well Gundam can do.
So what they're going to do here? So what they've done here? This is like composition. This is like composition A. But unfortunately, Fury's not running on his PS4, so he doesn't have all of his terror loadout. So because he's using
the interesting thing.
Yeah, because he's using mine. So This is the reason why he wasn't playing Terra from the start. But we'll see what he does with it. We'll see what he does with it.
Indeed. Nice start there from Jamstar just to get that what's it called? Red Spiral off early on. The Accursed Storm coming out, the shots coming out too. Nice lockdown almost, but Ninzard's getting caught out from behind. Very nice. Gets that wall rush. Will there be an attack as well? Does not get the
unlucky.
cancel.
He almost got it, but he got interrupted from behind. Good stuff on that interruption there.
Jesus, Garland's got so much range on that bloody move. Wow.
Yeah, the Cyclone is, you have to really be careful. Oh, he tried to bait out Holy and it didn't work out. Oh, nice interruption on the Red Spiral there. He didn't allow
Yeah, I
it to
think
go.
Jamstar got a little bit too aggressive. You know, he was in the corner. He's got 3 lines on him, and they were going red. He should have been aware just to kind of get the wall rush and just peace out.
Yeah, the thing
you
is,
don't need to crash in your bravery all the time.
what I do realize is that Jamstar does get very, he does get very, what's the word for it? Greedy.
Hungry.
Yeah, if he sees a situation like that. He's currently charging with Shout, so they should really shut him down at this point. That's a very key mechanic of Vaughn.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, these Accursed Storms are doing a great job of just zoning so much right now. There's the hit! Very nice, getting that KO. However, NGI do have a solid amount of summon points. Both teams with summon. Who's going to get theirs out first? We've got a Bahamut on the side of NGI, Shiva on the side.
We have a Bahamut on the NGI side? Oh wow, okay, fair enough.
Oh, wow.
I'm very surprised by that pick actually. Jamstar with the kill
Jamstar.
Yeah, I should definitely upside.
Jamstar with the kill.
Nice stuff. An interesting comp, and it did work quite nicely, but I kind of feel it's kind of interesting. Midgar is generally one of those stages that you need to kind of have a very specific approach to, and I kind of feel that although the characters were clean for them, they couldn't quite, find what they needed to. Like maybe they were getting caught up between the spaces, or it was just a little bit too hectic in the corner. They didn't use what Midgar can offer to really allow themselves a way in. When you had the likes of Nonet's Accursed Storm covering the corridors, and you have the Cyclone from Garland again covering this huge area in these very tight spaces, they need to kind of get up out of the corridors and into the space.
The thing is I think NGI at this moment they need a very specific type of vanguards in their play at the moment, because there's specific stuff that they want to go for, and they don't usually have the same sort of lockdown that they have.
Yeah.
And where Sablewolf is really good with skirmishes, he doesn't have that single focus target which you can normally get from certain vanguards. So this is just from my experience of playing them, because they also want to do multiple things at the different times. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Sablewolf announcing that he must consider his approach. We'll see what he goes for in this 4th game now.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they go for. I'm not really too sure on what loadout they wanted to go for. Saying that, this is kind of the first time this team has sort of worked together on this. We've had lobby matches together, but we've not really had a specific composition. So,
aye.
Yeah, this is basically the teammates that are not helping with setting up for the event for tomorrow that are available. that we have at the moment.
That's fair. That's fair. You guys do a lot, and then the thing is, and you make a good point as well, though, is like, players can be as competent as they want at the game, but it is a team game at the end of the day. If a team's not used to playing, or not sure how they want to approach a specific game plan, like players who I think the reason why the Celestial Spheres are so good is because they spend a lot of time
playing together and knowing
really,
what the other one's doing. Yeah, I agree.
Really grinding out how each of them wants to go in on a certain matchup or a certain stage, or just in general on that day.
Yeah, but, and the thing is that Astral Thorns is, I know that they play a lot. And the thing is that they've been putting some extra time in, so I'll give them that. That they've had a lot of time to put as much of a game plan as possible, and they're executing it flawlessly. So no complaints from me. It's been a very, very good match to watch, and a clinic on using Vaughn and Terra in that sort of combination, with a Garland being up front.
Yeah. So we see Fire going back to his Sephiroth. He has got Cynthia out, which is a nice counter with 2 active hitboxes afterwards as well. Ooh. There was a bit of aggression coming out from Noctis going into the shooting star, but just catches a Cyclone to the face.
I just suddenly realised what's happening, and I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. I am not happy, and I'll have to have a discussion with my teammates later on.
Go for it.
I'm not pleased.
Wow. Astral Thorn is so fast. My God.
It is a very good counter-poke move. It's a very good counter-poke move.
Wow, and there was no defense effort from Noctis, getting caught out by that Cyclone coming in, just wasn't aware that it was there, and loses that round, loses that stock. 3 to stock to 1 now, in favour of the Astral Thorns.
We just need to see if Gundam can actually take advantage of this. He's got a lot of space to work with now.
Saberwolf again going for a shooting star and just allowing the enemy just to kind of find his location and punish it.
Yeah, this is the problem. This is the problem I currently have with him right now. And I know exactly why he's doing this. Oh wow, he managed to get the hit in from it.
This is some solo queue level stuff, right?
He is trolling on purpose.
He's trolling, right? Okay, sandbagging, eh?
He's not sandbagging. He's just straight up trolling. He doesn't want to think anymore.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. That's fair. That's fair.
It's not fair. That's why I need to talk to him.
And there is the incapacitation from Lady Nonet's Emperor once again.
They should have all just like teamed up on Saberwolf and called it a day.
Very long sword, Sephiroth. Put it down.
GG's. Right.
Game 4, I believe that was.
Yep. So the next game is the last game of the night. But
RPGs, guys, RPGs.
one more game left. So where are you going?
Oh shit.
My team trying to leave early, man. Not about that life.
Mythiel having a chat there in the chat there. So our last game of the night now, as the Astral Thorns and the Team NGI jump in for their last game of the day.
Yep. I think after this, it's going to be. We'll be looking towards the week 2.
Yeah.
Of this event, which will be really, 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 really interesting. I haven't actually looked at the games for it yet, actually. We'll go over those just before we finish, but we've got one more game left. Let's see what composition we're going to go with.
The bracket command worked. Look at that.
Did the bracket command work? Wait, did we put those?
Chat posted it when I did.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So I think they're gonna go for, I think NGI are gonna go for the last composition swap, just to test out any other lasting builds that they can have. And we'll just see how it goes from there.
Sure.
So we'll see how it goes.
Aye. And as we said, we'll make sure to kind of give you a taster of what's to come in the next couple of weeks. As we say, this is a bi-weekly event, so not next Friday, but the Friday after is when round 3 and 4 of the EU League will be played.
Yes.
So plenty of time for our players to practice up and get ready for the games to come.
Yeah, no, definitely. I just had a quick eye at the composition of NGI, and yeah, it's going to be one of those evenings, I feel. So. No qualms from me.
Interesting one for sure.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But they're just choosing summons now, and then from that we'll be ready to go. But Astral Thorns have already taken the set, so they're now currently just playing for extra map points.
See if they can get that point back.
Yes.
It's always the way you want. The reason we play all 5 games is because every single point matters.
Yep.
We're going to make sure that every single game is a point on your overall score. So into our final game here, the Cloud coming out, and the same team for Astral Thorns as well. So a little bit of a mix-up from NGI. See if they can get anything else. Double Sephiroth as well.
See,
so they're going to go full aggression.
They're going full edgelord on this one. So we're also playing on the We're also playing on the tactics stage as well, so it should be quite interesting to watch. We've seen the stage twice actually, which has been more than most other stages. So
the thing is though, is that right now Astral Thorns are very aware that Team NGI is getting very, very aggressive. They're just throwing out a lot of HP attacks and catching across the board, really. There's been like 4 hits already, although very, very good work right now from Saberwolf just to keep this Sephiroth pressure up. Cynthia comes out.
That was a massive whiff. That was a massive whiff from Saberwolf there. He just whiffed his HP attack. I think he just missed input there.
Yeah, either it was a misinput or he was just getting very, let's say, what's the word? I can't really think of the word right now, but there's a word for it.
Because he was completely off axis, so he was completely off axis, so it really didn't look like a misinput.
Okay, so the accursed storm coming out from the Emperor just to kind of punish, well, not punish, but push the cloud away there, who is meteor raining their way through this game.
Nice punch to the Vaughn. Oh wow, nice interruption there. But the thing is, he gets trades with the hit as well because the Guardian is throwing out Cyclone. Psychoplasm from close range. Good block by Jamstar there. Wow, that was a very strange interaction. Jamstar going for a HP attack, and his one whiffed, and then the Bravery attack punished whiffed as well. Interesting.
Oh, goes to the red spiral as he just manages to evade that Sephiroth. The Saberwolf coming in again now. Goes to the Bravery conduit. Oh, gets the hit there.
Yeah, it's oh, Braver just missed. Gundam needs to get off the floor to be able to move from that. He avoids the Cyclone, misses with the Braver, dodges the incoming attack. Can he get an HP attack off this? He fires it anyway. Misses though, flies out of range.
Pyrus hasn't coming in, but does get dodged out by Gundam. Gundam's got a lot of bravery right now as well, and there's a lot of HP, like low HP on both teams currently.
Yeah, there is. This is one of those things where anything could happen at this point.
Yeah.
The unlucky Saberwolf gets tagged. Oh, and we have an
happening right now.
Incapacitation on both sides there. We've both got 2 people in low health for Astral Thorn. This is going to be very, very, very close. Misses with the red spiral, gets punished for it, but unfortunately gets tagged by Cyclone. Oh no, it was Emperor actually. Very, very good match. It was
a Cursed Storm just kind of rolling around the screen, throwing out its projectiles, but that is a KO from Lady Nonette and a 5-0 for Astral Thorns over Team NGI.
Good
to
stuff.
Close out the first day of the EU League.
Good stuff.
And then you can hear the NGI lot having a good time.
Yeah, we're just having a laugh at the moment.
Bless them. That's good.
It's all good. At the end of the day, it's we wish we had more time to practice, but what can you say? It is what it is. So
you've got 2 weeks now, though, my friend. You've got 2 weeks now, and of course, obviously, you know the work that you guys have been putting into the weekend stuff that's going on. Of course, it does kind of add up. But I believe that's all of the games that we have to play here this week, the inaugural day of the EU League.
Yes.
So we've had a total of 8 matches being played. I'll just kind of go through today's results for you. In round 1. The Keku Limonet beating NGI out 5-0 earlier. Royal Knights beating Astral Thorns 4-1. Royal Knights dropping a game there. Celestial Sphere putting Darth Scrub down 5-0. And then that very close game we saw here at the end of the first half. 3-2 to the Z Fighters over the Dreadwings. And then going into round 2. I'll let you take that one.
We have Celestial Sphere beat Dreadwings 5-0. We had Z Fighters versus Keku Limonet. I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry. Just taking it over them in another very close set, 3-2. Royal Knights beat Darth Scrub 5-0, and Astral Thorns beat NGI at 5-0. And that rounds up our first 2 rounds of the league. We have quite a few more to go. But the way that it looks like is that Celestial Sphere is currently on top of the league with 2 wins as well, with 10 games in advantage. So they are the heavy setters, heavy hitters, and pace setters for this week.
Yeah, indeed. So they're kind of like, they are the ones that we're looking forward to. You know, I mean. The team's got some big heavy hitters of previous Dissidia repute, the likes of Mugshotter, LXD, Nero, you know, well-known players. So they're kind of like the ones to look out for. But of course, you know, we're early on in the league. We don't know what's going to happen. They are the favourites, but we'll see how that goes as things unfold. Looking forward to the next couple of weeks. Obviously, we do have next Friday off, but then after that, we do have round 3, and we're going to have the Dreadwings going up against the Royal Knights, Darth, Scrub, and NGI, Keku Limonit versus the Astral Thorns, and then Celestial Sphere versus the Z Fighters. And then into round 4, where the Astral Thorns will face Darth Scrub, Royal Knights and Z Fighters, and so on and so on. There's loads of names that we can throw out, but
it's all good.
It's
the thing is that everyone knows who they're playing, and everyone's sort of seen for the first time what's going on. So there might be some changes within the team to adapt to that. There'll be a lot of strategy for it, but we'll see how it goes next week. No, in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Indeed. So with that, I think we kind of come to the end of today's broadcast. So hope you guys have enjoyed the 8 games we had available to show you on both streams. Again, Nev FX has also been throwing out some streams on his end to kind of capture the other games that may not have been on this main stream. But we hope you have enjoyed it. If you do want to follow the Twitch channel, you can obviously catch up on all of the action. And we will be exporting all VODs available to YouTube as well. So you can catch up on any games you missed, or if you want to review your games if you've been playing, make sure to do that. Of course, make sure to kind of and I hate to do these shout out things on the first day, but we are just getting started, and the more support we get from you guys as we get forward, the word of mouth spreads. So make sure to kind of obviously follow the Dissidia NT EU League on Twitter as well, so you can find out more information as we go forward. And join the Discord if you're in the EU and you play Dissidia and you want to get involved. Join the Discord. Hopefully someone in chat will be able to post a link so you can get involved if you are part of that. But yeah, I'll say thank you obviously to you, Ray, for streaming and commentating with me.
And thank you, Bowie, for doing most of the call outs on the commentary. Obviously,
sorry, I do like to hog the mic. I do apologize.
Nah, you've basically you've allowed the pace to go on, while I've had to deal with admin stuff, so I don't really appreciate that. So no qualms.
Good job dealing with it all as well. So thank you. But yeah, of course, to Azazel and the rest of the staff who are putting this together, it's been a long time coming, but we're finally getting underway. Hopefully, it's the start of a beautiful thing. So try and catch as much of the EU action as you can with the Dissidia NT EU League. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Bowie the Hero, and with me was Ray O'Connor, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much indeed. Good night.
Good night.